mute. Chat should be able to hear us. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can chat hear us? There we go. There we go. Hey. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Gamer Actual, your weekly deep dive in the biggest news in gaming. You can find us on all major podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with a visual version of this podcast being available on youtube.com at Gamer Actual. This podcast is also part of the KXI Network. To find out more about the KXI Network and all our other shows, check out our show notes. Now, for tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about Palworld. What else are we talking about, guys? Give me a second. Let me look at the script. Okay. Splinter Cell, Deathwatch, and Xbox price hikes. Now, we're talking about this and a lot more in tonight's episode of Gamer Actual 67. With all that said, I am your host, Cash, and with me tonight, I got the homie Heartless and a very special guest, Jaya the Sensei. Welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm really appreciative.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now, I'm really excited because I want to see you show up, Heartless, because Heartless is, I guess you could call him a new gamer to some degree. Like, he plays video games, don't get me wrong, but Heartless is, I would say, notoriously an FGC gamer. This man just plays fighting games. So he's like slowly becoming a real gamer, if you know what I mean. He's kind of dipped his toes into a lot of new games. You're muted, bro. You're muted. And I think it's for good reason. For good reason.
Stop the cap. She will learn more about my gaming history, but Cash is capping right now. It's not all just fighting games. I have an entire history of playing other games.
Mostly.
But across the last, there's been a lot of fighting games.
Right. Exactly. So I'm not lying.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And another, to Cash's credit, I guess he's right about one thing. There is entire genres like I've glossed over for a long time, like
side scrollers. Yeah, he tried to shit on them.
I thought I grew out of them, and then he's bringing me back into them. They're kind of
Side scrollers are really good.
Yeah, and I'm learning
right
now, back again at 32. But when I was a kid and it went from side scrollers to 3D, I thought like we evolved away from the side scrollers, but I didn't know they were still making amazing side scrollers.
Trust me. And you still haven't played some of the good ones. Like, he started playing, what was the one? You played Shinobi? Ninja Gaiden.
Bella played Shinobi during Play Talk Live, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Him do that.
Yeah.
And then I played Rogue Prince of Persia.
Yeah, Rogue Prince of Persia, which I've kind of now, I'm very addicted to that game now. I had to play that game at least, do a run at least once every night.
Should we do a part 2?
We should definitely do that. So, Jaya, what kind of side scrollers do you play, since we're on the subject?
I like retro side scrollers, like old. Like, my favorite one is Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if y'all played that one.
No, I've never played that one.
It's so hard, but it's so fun.
I don't even remember that.
Oh man, it's terrible. It's like a good terrible, because you know Beavis and Butthead is like really goofy, jokey joke type thing. I also really like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I don't know if anyone's played it.
Oh, no, that's fire. That's fire.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Streets
fire.
of Rage 2. Yeah.
We just beat that recently on stream. Streets of a couple of weeks ago.
That game was really good. There's another side scroller I used to play growing up with my brother, and I can't remember the name of it.
Final Fight?
Maybe it had like these, like you could play as a black dude with like a mohawk, and he either wore green or blue. Let me hold on, because I don't remember the name of it.
Black dude with a mohawk.
The chat saying Double Dragon or Contra?
No. Black dude with a mohawk it's not Double Dragon.
I want to say it was like Genesis era.
Genesis era, is that not Streets of Rage?
I don't know if that was Streets of Rage. I would have remembered that.
No, it is Streets of Rage. I remember a black dude with a mohawk in Streets of Rage. Yellow shirt, almost like a sweater. I'm pretty sure.
Googling black dude with the mohawk.
Man, I literally just did that. It's giving me so many other options. I'm like, oh, this ain't what I wanted. It might be, and I'm just not remembering it for that.
I can remember like seeing a dude with a mohawk in Streets of Rage. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
He had like shades on.
Yes, it's Streets of Rage. It has to be Streets of Rage.
Which one? Hold on, wait.
Streets of, and a kangaroo.
I don't remember that.
And a kangaroo.
Yes, Mohawk character. That's all I'm putting in. It is him. It is. It is. It is.
Drop that link.
What Streets of Rage is? This is they're showing Streets of Rage 4, but there was definitely a guy in Streets of Rage with a mohawk and glasses. I just can't remember. But yeah, um, there's that. There's so many other games though. Like that means you definitely been playing for a long time. Like, all right. So what is your favorite genre? I'm gonna go off on a limb and say horror because most of the time I pop into Jaya's stream, she's playing some kind of horror game.
So I think in my more recent years, I've grown to love horror a lot more. I don't know, man. I love a good strategy. I love a good stealth game. I love a good stealth game. I think that might be my favorite.
Facts.
But I
Me
also
too.
love action adventure. Like, I think my least favorite is RPGs though.
Really?
Yeah. Only because I'm not the greatest at them, but I also like with RPGs, there's always a lot to do, and I'm the type of person that doesn't like to do like the side quests in games or like the side missions and whatnot. So like I am trying to be better at doing that because I always kind of shy away from the side stories or the side missions to like level up the character more. I've noticed that the most with like God of War, even though it's not really like RPG, but it kind of is. With
Heartless
skill tree,
calls it the
whatever the case may
RPG.
be.
Heartless calls it the RPG.
I think
It,
God of
it,
War is
it,
an
it
RPG.
is, but it isn't at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But
What would you consider it?
It's definitely RPG adjacent at the very least.
Adjacent?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely an adjacent. Like I feel like it's a mix between that and like an action adventure style game,
Exactly.
like story single player. You know,
I feel like nowadays a lot of like developers have kind of taken over like the RPG elements and put them into their games for whatever reason. It's mostly
right?
for customization purposes or making you feel like you have a lot of options when it comes to like leveling up your character or just doing a specific build of character, right? So I think that's really what it is. But yeah,
Mhm.
I don't disagree. I think I'd call it an RPG. I would.
I feel that. I feel that. But I like RPGs. It all depends. It depends how it's presented, how it's done, and sometimes they do ask for too much, though.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel like
it happens.
I agree. I feel like in the more recent years, we've seen like an influx of RPGs that just do too much, and I think I also kind of group RPGs with open world because I mean they do somewhat go hand in hand.
open world for the
Um,
sake of open world. I'm over it.
yeah.
I,
I love a good linear game. Like I'm not gonna say I prefer them, but I feel like we've been kind of it's oversaturated in the moment, and I wish we would revert to a little bit more simplicity or more simple stuff.
mm-hmm.
I mean, just look at how successful Astrobot was. You know, that's a platformer that
Oh
we don't
my
really
Oh
get a
my
lot of
God,
platformers
germs in the
anymore.
chat. Germs in the chat. He's
Terms in
gonna
the
go crazy.
chat. No. Oh.
But yeah,
So we have a friend who was telling us for a while like Astrobot's gonna win Game of the Year. We were like, what? There's no way this is gonna win Game of the Year. Like there's not a chance. Like with all these other games that came out, and lo and behold,
One game of the
Astrobot won
year.
Game of the Year.
you want to know why?
Yo,
Because that was the
Germ.
underdog. Because we've seen Souls-like games win for years and years and years at a time. Like it was
Right.
something different that we haven't seen in a good minute. So
Yeah, true.
I'm glad that Astrobot won.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they were very deserving of it. Not saying that the other games were not, but give another game an opportunity to win something.
Right. So since we're on the subject of game of the year, right? What game so far do you think stands a strong chance of being game of the year?
Expedition 33.
I think that
Yes,
game's gonna win.
absolutely.
I think that
I
game's
think it's
gonna
going to win. I personally haven't played it yet, and I'm very interested in doing so.
Mhm.
But from watching my peers play it and watching people stream it, play it on YouTube, I'm like, first off, I love the music.
That
Music in the game is always going to pull me
Yes.
in. So once you pull me in with the music and the gameplay and the style, I'm already set. So the thing that I like about Expedition 33 is that it kind of reminds me of Persona with just like the menu when you're fighting,
Mhm.
but it's something so much more different. But it is such a cute game and a nice game. Like it, I haven't watched it all the way because I'm not trying to spoil the story for myself, but I think that has a very good opportunity of winning. But it's going to be a nasty ass fight because
Yeah.
there's so many good games that came out this year.
What's your list? What is your personal game of the year list?
That's biased. I'm gonna be biased when I say that, man.
We got to pull out the draft list.
Yeah, we're gonna pull up the draft in a second. So we have a draft that we've been.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wish
Show
you
her
were
the list
here.
so she can pick some games.
Yeah, I
I can
wish you
tell you
were
what it's
here.
not gonna be. It ain't gonna be
Mm.
Mario Kart World. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing my dig at
Hell
Nintendo.
no.
I'm sorry,
Hell no.
but
You should have it though. The video game draft,
yeah, I got
2025.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
looking
you,
at it.
yeah. So Heartless. It was Heartless, me, Joel Today, Trezinator, and Thick Flare. Right. All of us had like a video game draft. What we did was pick games that we thought were going to get high ratings for the year. And
Hmm.
it's also doubled if that game, one of the games that we pick, gets game of the year.
Yeah,
So, but yeah,
but there are so many games though. Like there are so many games.
Yeah. Yeah, you're drawing a blank. You can't figure out
No,
which one.
no,
That's
no.
what I'm
Death
saying. Show her the
Stranding.
list.
Death
Death
Stranding.
Stranding.
Okay.
Um, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Even though people really like the rag on that game, I think it has a chance of being considered. Will it win? No. Expedition 33, of course. I don't know if I would count it as this Elden Ring, even though it's a DLC. I wouldn't
Silk
count
Song
it as
for
a.
sure.
Oh yeah, Silk Song for sure.
For 100%.
I wouldn't count Elden Ring as a full game, but I could see it somehow getting in the category of winning game of the year, or being in the category for a nominee for game of the year in Split Fiction. Split Fiction definitely deserves to be in it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I would love that to be the underdog to win this year, but I really think that Expedition 33 gets it. And if they don't get game of the year, they're definitely going to get like best soundtrack or best sound
Something.
composition or something in that nature.
I think it's gonna be a definite
Clean
toss up
sweep.
with Split Fiction. I feel like it's gonna be a toss up with Split Fiction because a lot of people love Split Fiction. It was the second highest rated game of the year, and now Expedition is the highest, right? I think
Yeah.
it's Expedition, then Split Fiction, and then
What's the rating on Expedition?
let me double check. I don't want to lie.
Honestly, what I'll say though, I think at the end of the day, I think that I just don't want another Souls-like game to win Game of the Year. Like, I just want something new, something different. Something like I'm tired of seeing this.
Yeah.
I love me
Okay.
Souls-like games. I actually played Sekiro for the first time the other
Ooh.
day.
Mm.
How'd you like that?
So it was interesting. It was really difficult. My friend was like, "Yo," I was asking him. I was like, "How's Sekiro?" Because he has the game, and he pulled it up. He's like, "Bro, I'm stuck on the boss. Want to give it a try?" And he couldn't figure it out. And I get on, and I'm struggling, and I'm like, "Okay, is there a parry button in this game?" And he's like, "Yeah, R1." And I was like, "Oh, you just gotta parry everything." And I just started parrying everything, and I beat 2 bosses for him.
For somebody that
I
never
beat
plays
2
the game,
bosses.
that's crazy.
I never played the game, and I beat 2 bosses for him.
I know he was sick as hell. I would have been like, all right, get off the sticks.
He was like, "Bro, you're gonna play this game for me." He's like, "I'm gonna roam around for you and you fight the boss for me." I was like, "No, bro, you just gotta learn how to use the parry button. There's a parry button for a reason."
Nah,
What
that's
else?
good.
Didn't Monster Hunter also? Monster Hunter came out too, right?
Yeah, it
Yes,
came
it
out
did.
in like February, I think.
I don't know if that's gonna be nominated though. Like I haven't really
I
heard
don't-
many
I don't
people
think it
talk
will.
about it.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it's
That's
as
the
big as
thing.
World. Monster Hunter World had a bigger impact. Now I know that Monster Hunter is a bigger game in Japan, and I wholeheartedly understand that, whatever the case may be. But I don't think it's made enough traction or made enough noise for it to be considered. If it did, then somehow it slipped through and finessed the system somehow, some way. But I don't know if it's going to be considered for Goaty.
Mm. So
No, yeah, I agree. I was excited for it. I pre-ordered it. I played the game, put a ton of hours into it. It was a lot of fun, and then all of a sudden it was whispers. You heard people whispering about it, and it had performance issues. So
yeah, it just died out. We had a
it- so
whole
it, it died out.
we had a whole night dedicated to Monster Hunter, and because the game kind of like fizzled out, nobody really
Mhm.
like. Yeah. But yeah, Clear Obscure is 93, and Split Fiction is 91, Metacritic. So, I definitely think it's a toss up. It's because I feel like people are gonna go at bats for both games.
I
For sure.
I think so. Because we
I
don't have
agree,
much.
but I feel like
Hmm?
I think if Split Fiction were to win, I feel like a lot of people will be upset that Expedition 33 didn't win.
Yeah, because Split
Yeah,
Fiction
but-
kind of got their that developer kind of already had their time in the sun to some extent
Yeah.
with It Takes Two.
Yeah. And that was such a. It Takes Two was a good game.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, that
it was.
that little elephant scene almost had me crying when I was playing. That was like, oh my god, what type of morbid shit is this?
Yeah.
I love when media makes me connect and feel something emotional though. So
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
I love
I literally was like, I'm about to cry playing this part because like she was like, "No, my friend says I can't do this." I was like, "No, I don't. Do
I'm
I
all
have
about
to do
that.
this part? Like, what the heck?" But that was a good game though. That was very good.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the meeting. No, actually, what are some games that came out this week, Heartless? We're gonna segue into that section.
I got you. So for the first highlight of this week's games releases, we have actually a DLC. On the 16th, we had Assassin's Creed Shadows Claws of Awaji. Am I saying that
Mhm.
right?
I
Cool.
think so.
The the add-on picks up after the campaign epilogue, following Naue and Yasuke to the island of Awaji in search of a lost treasure. Their journey is fraught with traps and ambushes from new hostile factions threatening both them and Japan's future. Players can expect over 10 hours of new content, only 10 hours, including Naue's new weapon, the bow staff, alongside fresh skills, gear, and abilities. The expansion emphasizes survival and tension on a mysterious island filled with deadly dangers. This is releasing obviously for all the platforms the game dropped on: PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. And then just a day later, on the 17th, we have Frostpunk 2. The sequel takes place 30 years after the original, with the world still frozen under deadly frost. The age of steam has ended, and oil is now humanity's last hope. Players lead a metropolis, managing scarce resources, seeking new energy, and navigating conflicts with rival factions to ensure survival in the permafrost. This is releasing on what? Only PC and Mac? What's
Yeah.
up with this?
Is
This
anybody ever play it? Has anybody ever played Frostpunk? No.
No,
I don't
I
think I've
have
ever
not.
heard of it.
It's
Yeah,
more of like
see?
almost like a strategy game.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Mm.
like over the top. It's almost like Civilization. And you know what? Civilization. It's very similar to that in that regard.
Oh,
I
I
felt,
cannot get into that. I would not be able to get into that.
but it has a strong following though. But again, I guess it's just a matter of taste. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Next game on the list also releases the day after that on the 18th. Dying Light: The Beast. Kyle Crane, the protagonist of the first game, returns as the protagonist of The Beast after his transformation into a sentient volatile at the hands of the mother. In Dying Light, the following: Crane is captured by the global relief effort and taken prisoner by a mysterious villain called the Baron. After being subjected to 13 years of torture, goddamn, and experimentation by the Baron, Crane, who now has a mix of zombie and human DNA, escapes captivity and swears revenge on the Baron while also having to fight the beast within.
It's a lot.
This is releasing on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S.
That's a hell of a freaking
That is
synopsis.
what's wild. That is wild.
Bro, it's a hell of a setup to a game, bro. I tell you that much.
Yeah, huge transition from the first game to that.
Mm-hmm. Jay, I did say you wanted to check that out, right?
I did absolutely. I really enjoyed the first one, and I think what I liked about it was the fact that you can mix parkour up with just beating up on enemies. I think that was really cool, and that night element. Once that like clock got to like 7 or 8 p.m., if you want to, you can go outside if you want to, but you might get your ass beat by a couple of different type of zombies. And I really did like that approach to that game. And also, Roger Craig Smith was the voice of Crane, so I mean, you can't go wrong with Roger at all.
I'm a
He's
big fan of Roger. Yeah, I'm a big fan of
I
Roger.
love
Smith.
him. Even like him as Sonic, he
Wait,
was great as
who was
Chris.
that?
He was
He also
Roger Craig
played
Smith.
he also played Batman in Arkham Origins.
He did, and then he was also Mirage from Apex. If you play that, so like he has a really
Oh
big
wow.
Rolodex of voice acting jobs that he's done. He's one of the most iconic voice actors in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people were pissed at him though when he played Batman, but I'm like, at first I was too. Personally, I was, but after revisiting the game, I was like, you know what? He's actually pretty good as like a young Batman. He's not bad.
Do you think he can compete against Kevin
Fuck
Conroy
no.
though?
Fuck no. 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 See, we're not gonna do that. That one. I think they want to remake Arkham, right? So I think they might just use the voice lines. I don't think they're gonna really get new actors for that. I don't think. I think they're just gonna go for like the same old voice lines and probably just remaster them, right? Like, what are you gonna? You can't. I don't, how are you gonna
That makes
replace
sense.
Kevin Conroy?
I made that point up in Pizza House. I was like, listen, as much as I'm here for like a reapproach or something, I'm like, we've known Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman for such a very long time.
He's the
It is going
quintessential
to be
Batman.
extremely difficult to replace that role.
Facts, 100%.
It's going to be hard.
Mhm.
And I feel like they're not going to get it right on the first time. It's probably going to take them like, okay, they're going to cast somebody. It may not work out. Then they're going to have to do another recast. That's
Yeah.
how I feel. Because
Mm.
Kevin Conroy was that guy.
100%, man. Listen, you know what's crazy? I was watching Devil May Cry, the Netflix show, and I heard I was like, ain't no fucking way. That's Kevin Conroy. Like his voice is so iconic, bro.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know that he was going to voice a character in Devil May Cry until the show came out.
Mhm.
It was crazy, but like he has that voice. Like all I was hearing was Batman. Like, yo, that's Batman.
What did that feel like?
That's Batman. Yo, every time I heard his voice, I'm like, yo, that's Batman, bro. That's crazy, bro. But that's the voice that we grew up
love that.
knowing as Batman for years. So it's kind of like hard to replace something like that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I don't know. They have
Absolutely. I
it's an
agree.
uphill task for them. That's all I can say. But yeah. Anything else, Heartless? Any other games?
No, those are the only ones. And honestly, I don't really. I wasn't really hyped for any of them, to be honest with you. But is that the gameplay? That was
The gameplay for
Dying
Dying Light, yeah.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Can't lie. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I can't wait to like get you into some other games to kind of just like,
Yeah.
kind of like a palate cleanser for you to like, explore some new games. Real talk. All right, so guys, let's go into our first main topic of tonight, and it is Palworld 1.0 launching in 2026. Pocket Pair has announced that Palworld, the viral survival game, is finally leaving early access and hitting version 1.0 in 2026. The studio says a massive amount of content is planned for a full release, but for now, 2025 will relatively be quiet. They can focus on polishing bugs and getting the game stable. Since the early access debut in January 2024, damn, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Wow. Palworld has exploded. 25 million players in the first month. 5 major content update crossovers and even a spin-off dating sim. We talked about that previously on one of these episodes. But the road hasn't been smooth. Pocket Pair is still tied up in a lawsuit from Nintendo and Pocket Pair and Pokemon Company, who accuses them of patent infringement, which Nintendo put out after the release of the game. So you ain't fooling nobody, Nintendo. So here's the big question for us. With the hype will the hype still be strong for Palworld, or will it be plagued by, hey, this game is still like being in some kind of a lawsuit with Nintendo? What do you guys think? Jay, we'll start with you.
I think it's a mix of both. I think you
Yeah.
have some people that are divided,
Mhm.
some people that currently oppose anything that Nintendo's doing because, they have some pretty questionable business practices. And then you have some people that are just like, I don't care. I'm going to play Pokemon or I'm going to play both. I don't care about it. The only thing that really strikes on the top of my head is the fact that I don't personally really don't care for Power. I'm not saying that I like it or hate it. It's just not my style of game.
Right.
I'm just nervous for the players because if something does happen between Nintendo and the creator of Power World, what does that mean for their accounts that they've put time with, like so many hours in, probably with microtransactions? Like, are they going to get that money back? Or like, it's a lot of things I'm thinking about in the grand scheme of things.
Mhm.
And I'm also thinking, because you said they were in early access since what, 2024?
Yeah.
I don't think that's too bad of a deal because there have been so many other games that are still currently in like early
Right.
access, now, because what was it, 7 Days to Die was in early access up until I think 2024. So like, and that game dropped in 2013. So it's like,
Damn.
I really don't care about stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a very long time for that game. And I think Warframe as well, and even Phasmophobia, that game is still technically in early access. But
That I didn't
I just
know.
want I just want people to be like weary of just what's going on between Nintendo and Power. I don't know who created. Let me actually look into see who made
Pocket
it.
Pair.
Pocket Pair. Yes, let me
Mhm.
say who actually made it. Pocket Pair.
Mhm.
I personally don't care, but I just am worried about the consumer itself, and I just don't want anything to happen with them and their progress, anything like that.
Mhm.
I'm kind of indifferent to it.
I think the lawsuit is actually happening on two different, I guess you could say, regions. So it's one's going to be in the east and one's going to be over here in the west, right? So I think if I'm imagine a situation where Nintendo wins in the east, but in the west, Power World, everybody can still do whatever the hell they want with Power World. That would be crazy, right? The fact
You'll
that
have a
you
Accept the
lot of
versions of the game.
people on VPNs like trying to get into like American servers.
because you wouldn't be able to write a mount in Power World because that's one of
Mhm.
their patents, which I think is total bullshit. Name how many games can you write mounts on?
Many,
Warcraft, Final Fantasy
many.
there's
14,
so
the list goes
much
on.
monster catching. There are other games that you can do that with Nintendo. I don't know if you realize, but you're not the first to do that, right? Shin Megami Tensei is the one that really started it, right? But you want to patent
Yep.
it? I don't see how that makes it. How do you patent like a game mechanic like that? It's crazy.
If I recall correctly, they were patenting the ball being thrown.
They're
Which
also patenting, yeah, that I can see them kind of like, okay, great,
that's
sure,
that's understandable.
right,
Okay, maybe. But
I
even
I
still,
have
that's kind of wild.
I
still,
have thoughts on this. I actually think Nintendo is pretty scummy because just hear me out.
hmm
Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair, and then they go on to release two games that are essentially if you took Pal World and split it into two separate games, you have Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokopia.
yes, Pocopia.
They literally they sued. They were like, "Yo, we like this idea. Pal World did something really good. Let's
Let's sue
sue
them.
them, and then remake what they made and sell it as two separate games."
hmm
Like, excuse me, that is just pure scum. Pure scum. I hope Nintendo loses the entire lawsuit.
I hope so too, because I also think it sets a bad precedent if they do win. I
Yeah, I
really
think
think
this
it
is a
sets a
horrible
terrible.
precedent.
It does. Like the
I
minute,
agree.
yeah, there's so many things that could go wrong after this if they were to win. It also emboldens Nintendo to go after more people. We don't want that.
We're gonna
I
play
just feel
Pal World
like
soon.
I
Yeah.
feel like in this industry, like there's always going to be some type of dupe, some type of duplicate, some type of copy, and I mean, like, is it really that bad? Like,
Right.
Derivatives.
Derivatives.
Pokemon is going to always be a popular game no matter what.
Right.
Power Wars going to have its people. It's fine. Let two coexist, but it's a dick measuring contest. Excuse my language, but Nintendo wants to let you know, okay, we came here first. We're the ones that made it known. We're going to show you who's really in charge of this. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but
I think what it does though too.
What are you
hmm
really losing from this?
Right. I feel like what it does though, personally for me, it's
Mhm.
showing that Nintendo feels threatened by these guys because there's so many other games that came out that were like Pokemon before this,
Mhm.
and Nintendo didn't even bat an eye. There was Cassette Beast. Never forget that game. There's the next one, Nexomon, which is 100% like a Pokemon knockoff. It's on Xbox. You can play Nexomon 1, 2, and I think 3, if I'm not mistaken. It's on Xbox. And it's 100% a Pokemon knockoff. Like, complete with ball catching and all this shit. And Nintendo has yet to go after them. But here comes Power World that isn't even 100% like Pokemon. It's more like Arc if you were to compare a game. It's a lot more like Arc.
Facts.
It's a lot more like Arc. But no,
It is.
because everyone called this game Pokemon with guns, Nintendo was like, all right, I got you, and it's went after him. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yo,
It
I'm looking at this Nexomon shit, and it is
Poke-
1,658%
Pokemon,
Pokemon.
bro. Please look at it. Please check it out.
Oh, for sure.
That is Pokemon.
Oh, it is.
I'm not gonna lie though. I did enjoy the game. I did like the game though. I did like it.
Oh no, it looks just like Pokemon.
Yeah, it does.
Like this, like you said, this looks more similar to Pokemon than Palworld does.
Yes, and
Way
Nintendo didn't go
more
after them.
similar.
And Nintendo didn't go after them.
Cash was right on the money when he said Palworld is closer to
Ark,
right?
Yeah,
Yes, for sure.
it plays a lot more like
For
Ark
sure.
because it's a lot. It has a lot more like survival aspects to the game.
Yeah, but the only thing is, you're not surviving on your own. You got pals.
You got pals.
But let me ask you this too. I also wanted to ask, like, okay, so I know that they're doing these patents. Is it Nintendo itself that's doing the patents, or is
Yep.
it the Pokemon company that's doing it? Because now I'm curious because I know that they're making the game, but what
Mhm.
about all the other media from like the TV shows, even the card games that we're doing? Like, because you could easily say, I mean, like, I get that it's the game, but like, why are we going just straight for Power World? Because I would think that I don't know how to say. I actually don't know how to say this because I'm more so like, is it because of the gameplay is similar? That's why they're going for it, and that's why they're taking action, or I don't know what I'm asking, but I think it's just more so
Audience
like
capture.
the gameplay
No.
and why.
Audience capture.
It's because the
Okay.
Audience capture.
It's because the audience said, "Wow, this game is better than Pokemon," and they were loud about it.
Yep.
So Pokemon was like, "Oh, people are comparing their game to Pokemon. Let's see how we can take them down."
Not only that, it's on different platforms. So now people can get a quote unquote Pokemon experience without needing Nintendo. Right? You can play this on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Crossplay is coming, by the way.
Crossplay is already here. What are you talking about? Crossplay is already here. We can play with people on console from PC. So now imagine that. That's one of the main reasons why I couldn't play Power with a lot of like my friends, because I have friends that have it on console, but they couldn't play on PC. But now it's possible. This is an insane game. I don't know if you've ever actually like watched gameplay, JL, but trust me,
I have.
it's a very
I have.
intuitive game.
I like the grindiness of it, but
Mhm.
it just still doesn't like. I like watching people do it, but me
Right.
personally, I know that I would fizz out in that game real quick.
Right.
I did. May I reference someone in the chat real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Someone, it's a Monkio said, so you guys don't enjoy play Switch 2 at all? I personally don't have a Switch, and I don't see myself getting it unless there is a game that I absolutely want, and I don't see that being a thing. I kind of, it's like, there's nothing out for me right now to want that system. Mario Kart World came and went. Donkey Kong Bonanza maybe is a hard maybe. I would
Mhm.
consider it. But I just don't see the purpose of me getting it. If they were to drop another Zelda game, okay, y'all might
Hell yes.
y'all might get me
Hell
on
yes.
that one.
Hell yes.
Y'all might get me on that one. But I don't want to spend the money on it.
I'm gonna be
There's no
honest.
reason to for me right
I
now.
don't got the money to spend on it.
Facts,
That
bro. But
part.
but if they actually say they're gonna drop it, it better be. If they ever once say it's going to get released for like the Switch One as well, I'm not worried. I already have a
Exactly.
Switch One.
Like there's really okay, yeah, there's a small little hardware change. The screen is a little bit bigger. We got 1080, whatever. Okay.
Right.
I
I don't
really
really
don't care
care.
about stuff like that.
I don't care.
If y'all saying that it's coming out on Switch One, guess what I'm getting it on? Switch One.
Which one?
Exactly. Like
Hello?
I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza is personally to me looked like a great game, but I think it's also overhyped. I really think the game's overhyped. Oh, there's
Do you think it's
destructible
because it's
environments.
one of the very few games that dropped on Switch 2 that people are just desperate for something to play on that system, or
There's that too. I really feel like there's that too. Listen. I've watched people play that game and I'm like, it looks cool, but I don't think I would ever like shell out $60-$70 to play that game. I'm just not going
Fair.
to.
Understandable.
Zelda, on the other hand, if they do drop a Zelda, I may have to consider. You're talking to the guy that the only reason why I have a Nintendo Switch right now is because of Metroid. When Metroid Dread was announced, I was like, okay, now it's time to get a Switch. That's when I actually bought a Nintendo Switch. And I wasn't even a Zelda fan. I became a Zelda fan, last year? I started playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Listen, don't judge, okay? Back in the day, there's a whole story behind this. Back in the day, I never...
He said I wasn't a gamer. He said I wasn't a
Heartless, I don't.
gamer.
You don't give me that shit because you. How many
He
games
doesn't
have you
even
not
play
played?
Final Fantasy.
How many
He
games
don't
have you
even play
not played?
Final Fantasy.
How many games have you
Okay.
not played?
I don't play Final Fantasy either. So
See,
That's not the point.
see.
That's
Oh
not the
no, no, no,
point.
no,
That's not
no,
the
no,
point.
no, no, no.
He
You were
said
trying
that
to
I'm
make it a
not a
point.
gamer, but we both have entire game series or genres we've entirely glossed over.
I didn't
You
gloss
are,
over
you're
Final
a
Fantasy.
fraud. You're a fraud.
I didn't gloss over Final Fantasy. Okay. So here's my part of my ignorance. But when I thought Final Fantasy with the series it was something that you had to follow up on. I didn't realize it was an anthology series until one of
mhm.
my friends told me. I was like, oh, so I can play the game then. Because before I was like, oh, this shit is way ahead. This is like pretty much One Piece.
How
I
was your
can't
first
get into
Final
it
Fantasy
anymore.
experience?
I actually do have Final Fantasy 7. I just haven't played it yet.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Touche, Heartless. Touche. Touche.
Like
But I do have Final Fantasy 7. I just need to play it. Like, listen, Jay, I have a crazy backlog, and this is something that we've been talking about a
tell it.
long time. I have
Tell
over
it.
400 games in my backlog.
and
Over
I'm
four.
and I'm not a gamer.
Heartless,
The guy
Heartless,
who
Heartless.
has
You
400
don't,
games, he has a-
Heartless. You just got games in your backlog, so I don't want to hear that from you.
You think buying games and not playing them makes you a gamer?
No, playing games
Yeah.
make you a gamer.
Exactly.
I mean,
playing
it
games
really
makes you a gamer.
depends. Like, if you're not enjoying a game and
Mhm.
you just really are not fucking with it, then I will put it down. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie to y'all. I did not enjoy playing the Bioshock series. It was not for me. I really did try to stomach through it, and
Oh,
I
really?
was just like, y'all, I don't like this game. I'm not having fun. I am bored playing it. My community knows I just don't like the game, and
Wait, which
I
series?
Bioshock.
Bioshock.
Oh.
And I cannot explain to you why. Like, I would probably later down the line, I probably would revisit it, but
Mm-hmm.
as of right now,
Cash
I
has
don't
been
have
talking
a
about
want.
that game.
Yeah, I
Cash has been
actually,
talking
because
about
I got all of them recently, so I was gonna try them out. But like again, it's a matter of taste too, right? All right, but let's
Yeah,
get back to
absolutely.
but let's go back to the whole Power World of this all, right? Do you think that the massive content that Power World has or Pocket Pair has for this game, do you think it's going to be enough to keep people playing the game?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Do you think
I
it's going to
actually
get
have
more
high hopes.
players?
I think that when Palworld officially releases, you're of course going to have that resurgence of interest in the game. You
Mhm.
know, if you were to search the Google Trends or to see how many eyes are actually on a piece of content, you can see that when official releases drop. Fresh resurgence in the game title.
Mhm.
If that is paired with um, fresh content, and they say they have tons of content.
Mhm.
They're gonna be regularly releasing pals. I don't know. You tell me. I think the game's fire. I have fun playing the game every time we play it. Unfortunately, we don't play it often enough, but I have
Mhm.
fun playing it every time we play it.
I think it's better with friends too. That's also one of the reasons why we haven't really
Yes.
played.
Yes, it's absolutely better with a group of friends locked in on a goal.
Right.
And think about it. This game was big enough and successful enough to threaten Nintendo.
Right.
I think these guys know what they're doing. They're really onto something with this game.
Mhm. Jay, what about you?
I believe that it does have the potential, and I think it really is contingent. Even though I know it drops in 2026,
Mhm.
it really depends on how well Pokemon ZA plays. If people
Mhm.
like it, people are going to continue to play Pokemon. People are totally just like opposing it. They will wait for Power World to come out and be like, "I'd rather play this," and that could be the reality of it all.
Right.
Um, I think when games come heavily equipped with content, I think that also works well in their favor as well. When there's multiple things to do, not just one or two things. I hate to say Pokemon is kind of like it's very stale. It kind of is the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, I will say with Shield, they did introduce the whole Dynamax thing, and I think in ZA they're introducing like the whole Mega Pokemon thing again.
Right.
But
Yes.
I mean, how many times have we seen that in other Pokemon games,
Yeah.
I gotta admit,
or or even in TV shows? But what were you saying? I'm sorry.
no, that was good. I just gotta say, I gotta admit, I really do enjoy, although they're ugly, the terrestrialization in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I
Mhm.
like how you can change your type mid battle. That is a pretty cool system, and and I do enjoy the Pokemon VGC doubles experience. That is still always a lot of fun, but the other aspects of the game have become stale and dry with poor dialogue and repetitive ideas. The Pokemon are getting ugly, and the more I think about it, there's not that many similarities between Pokemon and Palworld. Even the way you fight is entirely different. The lawsuit was a joke, and I pray for the success of Pocket Pair. I think I really like what they did. Just saying. Just saying.
Right.
No, I think you have I think you made wonderful points. I mean, like it is true though. Like it is repetitive. You are getting the same thing, and I know even Miss Nerd Rage is talking about like voice acting in Pokemon. Although I personally don't really want voice acting, like it could make a difference for the fan base, but
Right.
they're stuck in their ways
I think that's what it
and
is.
they're comfortable. They're very comfortable. That's also what the word is comfortable.
Right.
They don't
That's
want to
true.
do more. They don't want to do anything extravagant. Also, I also wonder if it's because the player base won't be too receptive of it, but risks need to be made when it comes to making games, and that's how you know whether if you should continue or reapproach a concept that they had in a former game. But
Mm.
I digress.
I think that's why they did the whole ZA though, the whole Legend series. I think that's their way of trying to like try something different, and then
Hmm.
still have their main line of like Pokemon games, which I can commend. But like at the same time,
I do.
go ahead.
I have to admit. So, Pokemon. It seems like their strategy. Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like their strategy for a long time is to capture every new generation of children. So they
Hmm.
always kept the games kind of
Similar.
somewhat similar,
Hmm.
right? And I think in recent years they're realizing that a big portion of their fan base is actually the original fans, and um, and they're like, oh, as some way we have to grow up with these people. We
Right.
have to find a way to give these people a fresh experience because that percentage of our fan base is getting disappointed with what we're providing. You know,
Hmm.
so
I agree.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah. So all right. So with this whole 2025 being more of like a, I guess, quieter year for Pocket Pair, do you think that's gonna cut momentum for Power to some degree, or do you think this is
No,
like a smart thing for them? Because they said they're gonna use this time to like polish bugs and all that stuff to prepare for the actual 1.0 launch of the game.
I think it's smart and I
Hmm.
think it's reasonable. I feel like a lot of games today are dropping games and they're not finished nor are they polished. Let me say polished more than anything. I don't, like
Hmm.
a lot of games are buggy,
they're
have
not
performance
finished.
issues,
Hmm.
lag, the game crashes, whatever the case may be. I think they're staying down. They're probably taking the feedback that they received during the early access and they're working it out, which I think is the wise step to do. You want people to come back and play the game, not shit on it every time they get on it.
Right.
So I think they're doing a proper method, and
And it,
I think they'll be fine. I think they will be okay. I have a lot of friends that play that game and love it. I think they will be fine.
Piso just said earlier, asked earlier if I have Pokemon, if I have power. I was like, hell yeah,
Hmm.
we should play it. So we should definitely get into it. Shout out to Piso, by the way, friend of the show. Um, so and also Palworld has some massive content already. They
Hmm.
have a lot of content in the game for early access. This game has a lot of content, a lot of
It
Yeah,
content.
does.
being able to like you can build and stuff in that game and have them like farm and stuff. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
seen, I'm like, this is kind of cool. I like
and
this.
and we've watched them continually add stuff to the game. Like every few months there's like a whole new drop of stuff, and we're
Mm-hmm.
just like, wow, like this is an early release, or is this like a game that they just keep building? But I do have to say something to your point earlier about games coming out unpolished. And you know what's crazy, we see all these layoffs in the industry and it makes you wonder, do these developers even have money, or do they just release games to get people's money so they can finish the games?
It could be a mix of both. It could be an overwhelming task for the people who have been left over from these layoffs to do. Like it might be a lot of workload and they simply might just need like some buffer time. Like, okay, here, take this and we'll work on it while
Take
we're
this,
aware.
give
Like,
us your
just work on it
money.
while we you like get like distract them with the game while they work on things in the back end, maybe. But it also could be a monetary thing. It could be a money issue. I don't know. I'm not a part of the
I
game
don't know. I
development
just see it
world.
happen so often. It's like, why are they there? Is it maybe they have a deadline for specific release dates they want to hit, and if they don't reach that, they say, "Hey, let's just drop the game, and we'll continue to work on it after it releases."
Right.
But we are continually seeing games being released with performance issues, and they're not finished looking, or many other things.
I wish we could get a hold of a developer. They don't have to specify what games they've worked on, but just like tell us, hey, this is what it is behind the scenes. Because that's actually a very interesting question. That's a very interesting thought. Who
I
knows?
think it would be really cool to get some insight
Yeah,
without, of course, releasing what games they've worked on. Of course, with the
exactly.
anonymity,
Right.
proper and everything.
We need
But from
sources.
like a consumer standpoint, from the outside looking in, it is kind of like, okay, so why is it like this? Like the prime example I could think of, God, Telltale Games with The Wolf Among Us.
Oh my God.
It's like, okay, I know that they had a massive layoff, and even we had to wait for the final season of The Walking Dead, and it was
Mm-hmm.
still a pretty good season. I enjoyed it.
Right.
But what is going on with Telltale right now with The Wolf Among Us 2?
Even one of the voice actors was like, "Yo, bro, I don't know." I saw him post on Twitter recently. He was like, "No, listen, I don't know what's happening with the Wolf Among Us. I don't know." I'm like, bro, and I was
I'm like, are
looking
we
forward
getting
to
it or
that
are we
game.
not getting it? Let
I
me know
love
now.
that game.
Me
That game
too.
made me a fan of the comic books, bro, because I didn't read
Yeah,
the
the
comic
comics
books
are
before.
really good.
The Fable series is so dope. It's so dope. And had it not been for that game, I would not have checked out the Fable series. It's called Fabletown, I think. Some shit
Hmm.
like that. It's a super dope game. But I don't know what the deal is. They dropped the trailer 3-4 years ago at I almost said E3, Summer Game Fest. They dropped the trailer for it and then ghost again. Nobody knows what's happening. And the game actually
And
looked good. You
it
look like they
did.
made a lot of improvements to the game. And it's just like,
Big
bro,
B
come
looked
on.
good. I was like,
Yes.
man, just and
Huh.
I think the reason why I'm so hungry for it is because they left that game on such a nasty cliffhanger. I'm like, I have to know what's happening.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that Narissa? Like, who it? Come on, like, give it to me.
Right.
Like, who is this?
No.
That's how they
I
get you.
I think I think I want to replay that game on stream. Heartless, you've
Have you
never
played it,
seen it.
Heartless?
I don't think he
No.
has.
Oh
No.
man, you gotta play
You
Wolf
got.
Among Us. It's a Telltale game, like a choose your own adventure, even, but like it's a really good game. It has really good. I will say I think it's the best Telltale game that they've dropped, and that's
Yeah.
saying a lot because I love The Walking Dead, but The Wolf Among Us only one season overtakes it all for me.
Yeah. It was a very good series. Very good. The Bloody Mary fight? Oh my God. That was sick. That was sick.
I liked her transformation. I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yes. It was dope. And Big B too. So I won't even spoil it. So essentially, I think everybody would know this by now, but Big B, he's the big bad wolf. So he's with every story that you know about the big bad wolf, he's that guy, but he's trying to turn over a new leaf. He's like the sheriff
Hmm.
of this town. All right. But everybody still sees him as kind of like that bad guy. So that's the whole shtick of that. But you should definitely
Yeah.
check it out, Heartless. So they're saying, going back to Palworld, they're saying that the winter update is not going to be as big as the previous one, which is I think Faybreak Island, and I think it's going to be
There was a
dropping very
huge
soon.
one I remember. I think that might have been it.
Yeah, the Faybreak, but they're also going to drop another one this year. So around the winter time again, but it's not going to be as big as that one. So even though it's still going to be like a more like quiet year for them, they're still dropping new content. So it's not like they're
Mhm.
not.
You and I still have so much to
Yeah.
get out of the game
Yes.
currently. So that's cool.
hmm So we already talked about the whole lawsuit with Nintendo, but do you think this is like, will it affect PR for the game? Like, do you think people care, or would people more likely support the game even more now with this whole Nintendo
Option B.
lawsuit?
It's definitely the
Option B.
second one. They're
Yeah.
definitely going to support it more because a lot of people like Nintendo's pissing a lot of people off, and it's like
Recently,
you
yeah.
guys are going to keep doing it. They're going to go elsewhere and support other companies. So it's like
Right.
people are bored. People are actively boycotting Nintendo right now as we speak. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
Look at our
I think was it Pocket World? I think they'll be okay.
pocket pair.
Pocket,
Pocket
yeah,
World.
Pocket Bear. Pocket
Let me
World.
hold on. Let me put it in big bold text on my pocket there. All right.
But yeah, let's switch the topic a little bit. Now we're gonna
Hold on. I just want
Okay.
to say one last thing.
Yeah.
It's ironic. The closest thing they have in common is the pocket in Pocket Pair.
Yeah.
Pocket Monsters.
Pocket Monsters.
That is the closest thing that these two games have together. Is the word pocket in their developer's name.
I heard people legit said they weren't gonna play Palworld because it's a derivative of Pokemon. I'm like, bro, you're only looking at the monsters. You're not looking at the whole picture here. You're not thinking about the aspects of the game. It's not the same game. They're not the same.
And
Let's
even
move on from this
still,
topic.
Nintendo's not gonna give you a high five for not playing the damn game. Like,
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
You're robbing yourself of enjoyment.
Facts.
like, hey Nintendo, I'm not playing Power World. What do I get? They're gonna be like, sure, okay, get a load of
Not
this guy.
a
Like, come on,
goddamn
like you're
thing.
not gonna get anything.
Yo, so you know how they have Disney kids?
Mm-hmm.
They 100% have Nintendo kids.
Oh, for sure.
Nintendo
Absolutely.
adults. Nintendo adults.
Oh, for sure.
They 100% have them. So yeah, but yeah,
And,
let's.
yeah, Disney adults are very insufferable. I'm like,
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Pushing their kids on the cruise.
But yo, let's switch things up. So Splinter Cell Deathwatch. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm very biased here. I'm looking forward to this. Now a lot of people probably aren't because, but let me get into the lead-in real quick. So Splinter Cell Deathwatch is the first ever animated adaptation of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. It's set to premiere worldwide October 14, 2025. The new teaser shows an older but no less dangerous Sam Fisher, voiced by Leaf Shriver, and I'll talk about my gripes here soon, slipping back into the shadows of the for a personal mission. The series comes from Ubisoft in collaboration with Sun Creatures and Faust, with the John Wick director Derek Kolstad. I hope I'm saying his name. Kolstad, am I saying his name correctly? Serving as head writer and executive producer. The cast even includes Kirby Howell Baptiste from Barry and Good Place. And Ubisoft is leaning heavy into TV and film, with a live-action Assassin's Creed series also greenlit for Netflix. So clearly Ubisoft isn't afraid to bring its franchise to screens outside of gaming. But here's the question fans and myself have been asking for a very long time. If Sam Fisher can sneak his way onto Netflix, where it says hell here in the notes, but I'm going to say something else. Where the fuck is Splinter Cell remake, Ubisoft? That's my question.
There you go.
I would love to know.
from what I understand, and from me being immersed in Ubisoft, because I do enjoy a lot of their games, I don't know if they ever made any of their games before. And if they have, I just am not aware. But I don't Ubisoft doesn't strike me as the type to even remake any of their games, even though they have been begged to by a lot of their consumers or their fan base. So like Rayman, people are like, okay, where's Rayman? Where's Sam Fisher? Where's Beyond Good and Evil, Ubisoft?
They remade Beyond Good and Evil recently though. They did that.
It was a remaster for the 20th edition. Like that's my all-time favorite game. So it's like I have been campaigning for that game for years now.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, they dropped it. I'm like, this is cute, but I'm like, where's the second one at? But I don't know if Ubisoft is that company to do that. And I think just like Metal Gear, I think that storyline is done for Sam. I think it's done. And I feel like as consumers, we probably should be okay with that. And I know that we want a remake, but I'm also in the middle when it comes to it. I think we should stop asking for remakes and remasters. And it's just like, just let these games lie where they are in the past and we can still acknowledge them, because I kind of am a little over the remake remaster culture, even though I loved Metal Gear Delta. Don't get me wrong. It was a great game. It was phenomenal. Look in the background. It's all right there. I feel like that's an easy cop out for these companies. Okay, we want to make some money quick. Let's hurry up and remake one of these games. Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever. Or introduce the newer fan base into these games that they've never gotten a chance to play. That's different. That's different. That's very different. That is just being gluttonous with money. That is just fucking.
Oh, you're talking about Last of Us?
Yeah.
No, 100%. I agree. They're greedy. They're greedy.
That's greed right there. That's the greed that they talk about in the Bible. But But I just think that we should stop just being so adamant, like, oh, I want a remake of this. Like, yeah, I get it. Wanted to play it in a modern setting, but sometimes it's okay to leave these games in the past. Now, we'll say Splinter Cell is a great game, but is it topping Metal Gear? I'm playing. I just
But
think we should leave things where they are, and that's fine.
no, but what happened was they announced a remake. They were the ones who came on and said they're remaking
Oh, they
Splinter Cell.
did.
Yes, they did. Like
I was not aware of that.
2 years ago, or a
When
year and a half, about that. And then they also announced that they were remaking Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. And all we got from that reveal trailer for that remake was a freaking candle, bro. Just a candle. And then says coming 2026 or some shit. That's all we got 2 years ago.
You know,
So
I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick. Ubisoft, I feel like they have to take more precautionary steps
Mhm.
because people are so quick to shit on them. So it's like I feel like they
I
may be
feel
playing
that.
it safe.
I feel that.
I feel like they might be playing it a little bit safe right now because if they release too early or if they don't do things in a sense where people are going to be happy about, they're going to immediately go down on them. And it's just like there are other companies I feel like that deserve way more smoke than Ubisoft does, but that's just me.
Mhm.
But I think they are kind of playing it safe right now. But would it be cool to see a remake? Yes, but do we absolutely need it? I'll leave it up to you all. I don't think we do, but I know that most people do want to see that. So it's subjective.
I just want to see Sam Fisher again, bro. I need to see Sam Fisher in a modern adaptation of something. Which is why I'm so excited for this show. The only issue I have with this show, though, I wish they brought back Michael Ironside for Sam Fisher. I like Lee Schreiber as an actor, sure, but Ironside is the quintessential Sam Fisher, bro.
Yeah. I think my grip about that entire trailer, I liked it. I'm looking forward to it. I think what kind of took the wind out of myself personally was the reactions on YouTube, seeing the comments.
What were people saying?
Because they kind of added a black character, and they went that route when it came about talking about the character. Like the comments were really nasty, and I was just like,
"Oh wow, really?
Are we really doing this right now?" Yeah, like they were like, "Oh, Splinter Cell's a sister now." They called her Bumquisha. They were saying all of this crazy stuff in the comments, and I'm just like, okay, y'all are really doing that right now. And I said, I bet y'all the people that are shitting on this in the comments aren't even going to be watching the damn show when it drops.
Nah.
And that's how it usually is. People like to hate comment on things. People like to drag it down, talk really bad about it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge fan of Lee Schreiber. I love him and Ray Donovan. Well, loved him and Ray Donovan. I thought he was fantastic and saw in many other movies. The movie that came out with Austin Butler, he was decent in that. I just think people need to give things a chance and stop shitting on it before even watching the thing in its entirety. That's my issue with that as a whole.
Right. I'm trying to also pick up what kind of animation style this is. It almost feels like it's 3D. Like
it feels like Invincible. Because Sam
kinda?
looks like Omni-Man. Sam looks like Omni-Man. That's who I thought it was at first. I was like, oh, Omni-Man.
It kind of does, but this is actually not his first introduction to a Netflix show, by the way. He was in Captain Laserhawk. That was another show on Netflix where they did almost like a remix of Far Cry. I think Far Cry. I can't remember what Far Cry they did a remix, and Sam Fisher was in it. Rayman's in it. There's so many other characters from like Ubisoft's library in this show. It was a very interesting show. It felt like a mashup of a bunch of different stuff, but it was sick. But in there, Sam Fisher was actually crippled. He didn't have any legs, but he was still kicking ass.
Okay.
Still kicking ass. But yeah. It was called Captain Laserhawk and something. I don't remember, but it was an interesting show. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I will still watch this. Like I'm excited.
Oh, I'm definitely watching this. I'm watching this for sure.
This trailer looks sick.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
Sick. Yeah. Also, it's being freaking written and produced by the writer of John Wick.
Yeah.
That's sick. And the music sounded fire.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, that's my only gripe. My only gripe was the fact that it's not Michael Ironside. But how old is Michael Ironside right now? That's the other thing. We got to look at that. Let me look. How old is
Let's find that out.
Because I haven't seen him in anything. Yeah, so I think he could still play the role. I think. Yeah, I think he could still play the role. No? You don't think so?
man is 75.
I mean, I still think he can though. Like,
I
how
mean,
old
I
is
think
Samuel L.
Try to
Jackson?
relax.
I
He's
think so.
probably try to relax.
Because I
my
haven't
friend.
seen him in anything recently. And
it also depends on his health as well.
well, true. Because how old is Samuel L. Jackson? I think he's about the same age. You know?
I mean, oh,
Yo,
My God.
I think he's the same age. Let me see.
He is about the same age.
nah, I think it's Samuel Jackson, but he's got to be.
Sam is 76.
See?
Ooh.
See? I told you. He's old. Damn. But what was I saying again? Yeah. Oh, fun fact. Michael Ironside was also the voice of Darkseid in the Superman the animated series, for those who don't know.
Oh,
I
that's
could hear
sick.
that.
Yeah.
I could hear that.
Yeah, when I didn't until I heard Sam Fisher, and I went back and I heard him in the Superman show, and I was like, so I Googled it. I was like, oh shit. So that's how I found out. But yeah, a lot of actors, to be honest, have done like a lot of voice work that you won't realize it's them until you like really like look them up,
Know
and
their work, yeah.
and then you start hearing them. Like one of the big
Yeah.
ones is Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown is a big voice actor.
Mr. Krabs.
Yes, he's Mr. Krabs. He's friggin' Surtur in Thor, right? What else has he done? He's done so many shit, bro.
He was in Detroit Become Human. He was the detective.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, and like you can kind of hear Mr. Krabs in his voice when he raises his voice
Yes.
a little bit. I'm like, Mr. Krabs is cursing. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Facts.
It's
Yo,
funny. Yeah, you can kind of hear when he like raises his voice.
he's done a lot of voice work,
I
bro.
gotta look up a scene for myself. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. So who's the character?
Clancy Brown.
Look up Detroit Become Human and
Yeah.
look up Connor Chase with the pigeons. Like there's a room where like they have to look for like one of the deviants. And like you hear I think his name is like Ted or something like that, or Ned or something. And he's like, "What are you doing? Chase him!" But he sounded just like Mr. Krabs in that clip. It is so funny. I'm like, I cannot.
Connor
Yeah, you
Chase?
can.
No, wait.
Let me see. I can find it and throw it in the chat. I know exactly what scene it is because he's like, "What are you doing? Chase him!"
I need to see this. I need to see
It
this.
is so funny. Let me see.
Yeah, he's also in Invincible too. I just saw that too. He's Damon Darkblood. You remember Darkblood, the demon that's investigating
Yeah.
Omnimind? Yeah, that was him. He's in so much stuff, bro. Trust me.
That's too funny.
Yeah, he has. I feel like he has more voice work than he does on-screen stuff. But he's still recognizable either way. He's a recognizable like face actor, like an actual actor, and a voice actor.
Well, let's hope this show is successful and shows promise and hype for a potential Splinter Cell.
Yes. So that's my next question for you guys. Do you think if this show is successful, do you think this opens the door for more Ubisoft projects becoming like either silver screen or big screen? What do you think?
You're talking about shows?
Shows, yeah, no, yes. Do you think that with the success of Splinter Cell, Deathwatch, do you think this will open the door for Ubisoft to kind of like venture further into like TV shows and movies? Jaya, what do you think?
I possibly, and
Yeah.
the only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm thinking about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed has a wonderful story that I would love to see in a TV, an animated depiction, not live action. Because we tried that with Michael Fassbender, I didn't like it.
That's what they're doing, though. That's what they're doing. It's going to be a live action TV show.
Assassin's
Well,
Creed?
okay, TV show.
Assassin's Creed.
I'm not opposed to looking into it because
I feel like it's better as a TV show than a
it's better to tell
movie.
the story than try to rush it into like a 2 hour 30 to 2 hour movie. So I think
Exactly.
it gives it more time to explain the story a little bit better. I would even like to see some Far Cry or Prince of Persia stuff.
What would Far Cry look like? That's actually interesting. What would that?
It would.
I don't know.
It's my thinking face.
Prince of Persia, though? Oh my God, I would lose my shit.
That would be Prince of Persia would be a really good series, and I would say like I kind of want to see like a short, like a 6-episode show. It depends on how they go because they could go so many different ways about it because they also need to make up for that Jake Gyllenhaal movie that they did.
It was
Oh,
listen.
I
I was a
remember
fan
that.
of the
I
Jake
remember that.
Gyllenhaal movie, but that's because there was no other Prince of Persia. So that's the only reason. It's the
He's like,
only
that's all I
reason.
had.
It's all I
You know,
had.
son.
I got
I'm not
something.
opposed to it. It's just they would really have to be careful with how they go about the depiction of it all.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Which iteration would they be telling the story of this time? Because now we have multiple Prince of Persias to pull from. Because
That is true.
they have the Rogue, they have, which I think is a super dope game. They have the recent one that came out, what, Lost Crown. That was also
Mm-hmm.
super dope. And then they have
Ooh.
the regular Prince of Persia. Did you play Lost Crown? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
It was fire.
Mm-mm.
It's fire.
It is.
It's fire. Yo,
Okay.
when dude
I take
went
your
Super
word.
Saiyan, I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Like he has like a Super Saiyan form.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. It's got me out of a lot of shit, if you know what I mean, with that level. But yeah. But yeah, I really do see them kind of venturing more into movies and TV if this
Mm-hmm.
is like super successful. Because like I said, this is not their first partnership with Netflix. They did the Captain Laserhawk prior to this, and I think that was their first, trying to like
They probably
forming
tested the waters with that, see where they could go with it. That's
exactly.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So now they're doing this, which I think is also super cool.
Only 3 weeks till this drops.
3 weeks, yeah, only 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm excited. Keep it on your calendars.
So, what do you think about the fact that we have this this particular writer that's known for like John Wick? Do you think he's gonna focus more on the espionage aspect of Sam Fisher, or is it gonna be more action oriented? What do you guys think?
Both.
You think it's both?
Yeah, look, the trailer had some crazy action scenes.
Well, true.
The fighting animations looked good. So that's a part of why I say this looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
I
glad
think we're gonna get that.
I'm glad you say that. So, do you think it would have been better as a live action show or an animated show? What do you think? Which
You can
one?
do both. I think this translates very well with both.
Yeah.
100%.
Jay, what about you? Would you have prefer? Do you have like a preference?
There's comic book Batman, there's live action Batman, there's animated Batman, there's video game Batman, there's cinema Batman. There's no limit to this. You can have all of them.
No, but you
I
can
mean,
still have a preference.
Sure.
Mhm.
See,
Let's
well,
hear
it
the
depends though,
preference.
because if we say cinema, like there's like been 5 million people that played Batman, and
Right.
but I mean,
would you have preferred it being live action, or is it fine being animated?
I think it's fine being animated.
Okay. If it were live action, who would you want to play Sam Fisher? That's why I was trying to gauge you motherfuckers in that direction so I can ask that question.
Oof, that's a good question. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's rough. Oh man, that's rough. Let me think about that one. Because everyone I'm thinking of is like too old now to even play him. Like,
You think so?
Wait, question. When you mentioned what's his name, Fassbender,
uh-huh.
who are you talking about him? Like, what role was he talking about?
He was in Assassin's Creed.
He was Assassin's Creed.
He would work well in this role, I think.
I don't think so.
I think he's too old.
He needs the rasp, though. He doesn't have the
yeah.
Sam Fisher rasp, bro. He needs that. He needs that.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
For sure.
You definitely need somebody. So Tom Hardy actually wanted to play Sam Fisher for years.
You
I
know,
don't
he would
see
be a
that.
really good. I could see it. I
Yeah?
could see it. I could.
He'd have to put some of that Venom bass in his voice. I'm sorry. He got that.
And like the thing is though, I think when people see Tom Hardy, people like to immediately shut it down. But I think he's a very underrated actor because I've seen him in
He's a
roles
great
that
actor.
he is a
is
great
more
actor.
theatrical more than anything. And I'm like, he is a method actor. And I think he's able to really put it together. Like he might have to, grow his hair out, dye it, get a little scraggly beard or whatever the case may be. But I think he has a possibility of doing it.
This guy's. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead, because I'm trying to think of the other guy. Let me look it up. Google.
All right. This guy's not an A-lister.
I love
And-
this question.
This guy's not an A-lister, and I think he kind of aged out of the role. But Eric Dane would have been a fucking wicked Sam Fisher, bro, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
This
Absolutely.
dude is. He
Yeah.
is. He is
Yeah.
Sam Fisher, bro.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see it.
I see it
I
for
see that.
sure.
Bro. For years, I was like, yo, somebody just get this man and play, like, let him play Sam Fisher, please.
And like, if he was younger, I would have probably said Gerard Butler as well.
You know what?
That's
I
Sam
see it.
Fisher.
He's got
Yeah.
the ruggedness to him.
Yeah.
For sure.
He would be the perfect Sam Fisher. And I know people were like trying to consider her from Snake. I said, no, that's Sam Fisher all the fucking way.
Yeah.
That's Sam Fisher. But no, what is the name? There's a young man. He doesn't look like it, but he plays a lot of action roles. I cannot think of his name. And it's
name
not,
a movie. If you name a movie, I could probably tell you who it is.
Jack Reacher?
No.
No, you're not called Alan Richardson? You're talking about Alan Richardson? No.
Hold on.
I mean, you know what? I feel like I kind of can see Alan Richardson playing a Sam Fisher too. Kind of.
No, but
Kinda.
he would be a damn good choice.
Yeah. Kind of. I could see him.
I can see him playing Batman too.
That's the rumor right now. The rumor is he might be playing Batman. It'd be funny.
When?
Who, Alan Richardson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jack Reacher.
That's been a rumor circulating that he might be playing Batman. Like he's being
But isn't Robert Pattinson the new Batman right now?
No. For the other universe. So remember, there's two different universes. So you have the James Gunn universe, which because he's now the new head of DC, and then you have the Reeves universe, the Matt Reeves universe. Matt Reeves is, what's his face? Jacob. That guy. I call him Jacob.
Okay.
You call him Jacob? That's crazy.
That's how I readily remember him. But there is a new Batman that they're working on, which Alan Richardson is being eyeballed to play that role. It's between him and another guy. I can't remember that guy. He's from Yellowstone. This guy that it's in here, and I actually think that guy would play a great Bruce Wayne.
Kevin Spacey.
Not Kevin Spacey.
Not Kevin Spacey. The other one, Kevin Costner.
No,
Kevin Spacey. Lord, not him.
There's a younger dude in Yellowstone. I'll tell you his name right now. He has a funny name.
I feel like Kevin Spacey would make an excellent villain in the Batman universe, though.
Yeah, he ain't too bad he's canceled because he's sick.
Kevin Spacey. No, it's not Kevin Spacey.
No, but he was good in House of Cards until all that shit came out.
Oh yeah.
What was the last thing that
a sick fuck.
Kevin Spacey was in? Was it House of Cards?
I think it was House of Cards.
Was that directed by David Fincher? Hold on.
I don't know, but he was also
I'm unsure.
He was also in a Call of Duty at that time too. I remember that.
It's David Fincher.
He was in a Call of Duty.
With Jon Snow. What's his name again? I can't remember that guy's name for some reason. He played Jon Snow. Jesus, why can't I remember?
Kit Harington.
Kit Harington. Jesus, I know these guys. Come on, but yeah, he was in that Call of Duty as well. But yeah, I think Eric Dane would have been a great choice. Alan Richardson is also a good one. And who else? Did you find that person, Jay, or you didn't
Tom Hardy.
I can't, and it's messing me up so bad right now. So he's like a Chris Evans adjacent. Kind of looks like him. It's not Chris Pratt. It's not Chris Pine. It's not any of the Chris's. It's not one.
It's not any of the Chris's.
He's like a clean cut white guy with like blonde hair. Like,
God.
Oh,
You gotta find a movie. Yeah,
I can't.
Oh my God.
You can't think of a single role.
No, because
watch the podcast end, and then she's gonna remember.
That's crazy. That's usually how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
That is usually how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I'd love to see a.
Keep going.
I'd love to see a Rayman. I'd love to see them do like a Rayman. Like
oh
Ubisoft.
yeah. Okay, now I'm looking at it. Never mind. I was gonna say Glenn Powell, but never mind.
Who's Glenn Powell again? Oh,
Glenn Powell's the guy we said that would make.
Should have played Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
He would be a good Johnny Cage, but nah, I'm looking at him now. Nah, he wouldn't be a good Sam Fisher.
No, I don't think so.
He doesn't have that ruggedness.
No, he doesn't. He's too much of a pretty boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like clean. He was like a clean looking. I was like, never mind.
Right.
Why do we love this question so much? Like we always have this conversation with so many different. Like,
yeah. We do. We actually do. But yeah, like I said, I'm willing to give this show a shot. I hope that they do a great job with it. I don't know how many episodes they're gonna be dropping, but it's Netflix. I'm pretty sure they're gonna drop everything all at once.
It's usually how it goes.
I'm projecting
Yeah.
about at least 8 episodes.
I was gonna say 8 to 10.
Yeah. I like Lee Shriver as an actor, so I think he's gonna do a pretty good job. But yeah, I'm hopeful. That's all I can say. All I can say, guys. But yeah, let's switch things up a little bit. Let's move on. Because I really want to get to that side quest. You know what I mean? I really want to get us to get to that side quest because I really
I'm
want to
afraid.
play Jaya. For what? No, you're fine. You're a gamer. You're a true gamer. I believe in you. Let's go. All right. So Xbox raises prices. All right, for the second time in 6 months. Yes, you're right.
That's
Because
wild.
yeah, because now that I think about it, Series S launched at $300, bro, and it was what the hell, dog. Anyways, all
And
right, for a
now
second time in 6 months, Microsoft is hiking the prices of Xbox consoles in the US starting October 3rd. The Series S and X will cost anywhere from $20 to $50 more depending on the model, with the flagship Series X climbing to $649.99. That's a $150 jump in price since April. And if you've had your eyes on the Galaxy Black 2 terabyte special edition, brace yourself because that one is going to be $200 in price. So it's going to go up $200 in price, which is fucking crazy. Compared to just a few months ago, Microsoft says increase are due to changes in macroeconomic environment, though accessories like controllers, headsets will stay the same price and international markets won't be affected, at least for now. But this comes hot on the heels of Sony raising PS5 prices and Nintendo bumping up Switch hardware ahead of the Switch 2. So here's the big question. Are console makers just passing costs down to players, or are we watching a start of a new norm where game hardware will never stop creeping up in price? Jaya, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna say no, and I think it's really honestly due to who's currently in office right now as
Mm-hmm.
the president with
Mm-hmm.
these tariffs. I
Yeah.
don't ever remember seeing prices go up in consoles before this shit was happening. So because of that, it's a cause and effect. Because we are imposing taxes on other countries, these prices are going to keep going up because he keeps fluctuating these damn prices or these damn percentages on these taxes, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think so for the duration of him being in office, as long as he is here, I think those prices are going to go up, down, depending on what percentage of tax he wants to impose on these countries. And I don't think we're going to see anything like this moving forward. I just think that's the nature of the world that we're in right now with who's in office.
Okay. Heartless, what do you think?
I think that with how old these consoles are, you can't justify spending this much money on purchasing them. Like we are good. Like, aren't we around the corner from the next generation of consoles?
Yeah, because they already
We are
announced.
with-
They already announced that.
So it's like, why would anyone buy these? That's where I'm looking at. I would not buy any of these at this point. When I see this price hike, I say to myself, if I was in the market for an Xbox, I would just wait for the next generation, or maybe the handheld one, the ROG Ally. But I don't know. To spend $749 on an Xbox is kind of good. $649 is kind of crazy.
So, do you think accessories staying the same price is enough to soften the blow? No.
No.
I don't think so, because it's like if these prices of these consoles going up, that's taking away the other stuff that I was going to get. So
Right.
like
It's eating
I got to pay for
into.
this high ass console. I can't afford to buy another controller if I wanted to. If I was going to do that, I already have the console. I don't have to worry about that. But for the
Yeah.
person in that predicament, if they do decide, because I know we are around the corner from a next generation announcement, but I'm always like, I'll believe it until they actually drop some more news. Yeah, they already
Right.
confirmed, but when is it happening? So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other for me. I just think that the prices don't weigh out for the getting the other things like what headset,
Right.
controller, whatever the case may be. I feel like that's still not helping the cause whatsoever.
No, not at all.
So, do you think this could push players more towards a PC market as opposed to
Yes.
buying a console? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No?
Because to get a PC is way more expensive to have a console.
No, but giving the new prices, so it's like $650, almost $700. And so we've had someone on who's like a PC enthusiast. Shout outs to Reaper PC. And
Mhm.
he basically broke down how you can build a PC for about that price or a little bit more, like about $1,000. Is that what he settled on, Heartless? Where you can play
Uh,
games on? I
yeah,
think,
no, I believe the challenge was to create $1,000 build that competes with the new PlayStation that came out recently.
yeah.
Mhm.
And he had come up with a list of parts that he felt were just as powerful as the new PlayStation.
I understand what that person is saying, but in
Hmm.
the same breath, there's a lot of people who's unfamiliar with that tech aspect of building a PC.
True,
So
true,
one, it can be overwhelming, it can be confusing,
Yeah.
especially if they're not having anyone build that PC for them.
true.
And plus, as someone said in the chat, parts are fucking expensive right now. Do you know? You get 5,000 series of a graphics card because I've been working on it, but it's expensive. So it's like we already have this console that's at this set price. We don't have to do anything more. Just maybe get another controller and maybe a game or two or whatever the case may be at the price that's gonna not be as expensive. Because when I got my PC built, my PC was 1,500. This console that's what 650. Let's do the
Mm.
math here.
You're right.
So I think that
Did you buy a pre-build?
no,
Okay.
Did you build it?
I got it cut. I got it custom built by somebody. I didn't build it, but I have swapped the parts out myself. So it was 1,500 during the time. This was pre-COVID though. Mind you that. But I don't think that PC is gonna. It just really depends though. I feel like most people are just gonna be comfortable with getting the console because that
Yeah.
is a whole nother avenue. Excuse me.
Especially, no, yeah, I agree. Especially parents too. Like parents, they don't have
Oh,
time
yeah.
to. If they're not like PC enthusiasts, they're not gonna buy any PC parts to build for their kids. They're just gonna buy a
I
console.
do think the PC market is becoming more popular, though, for sure.
It
Sure.
is getting more popular, but you have to have either your own type of money to afford these parts, or you have to have a parent that really wants to invest in your games or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of stakes like against it. So as they are coming like more popular, who is buying the PCs at this point? It's people our age or people
Right.
who are in a better situation, financial situation that can afford to buy these PCs.
True, I agree.
Or people who are doing the bellow route where they buy one part at a time and then after a few months, they got a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we had a homie that did that. One of our
Yeah,
teammates
and now
did
he's
that.
got the strongest PC
Out of all of us.
I mean, it makes sense though, especially if you're a person that's not impatient and that is willing to wait. It checks out and it makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
his PC is crazy.
I'm sure that thing is cracked out, isn't it?
Listen,
I tell him all the time that we made it to the moon on a less powerful rig than your PC.
bro. Listen, this man PC has a wood finish. Do you hear what I just said? His PC
Does
has
it
a
really?
It has a wood finish.
I gotta ask him for a picture of it.
I've never seen a PC with a wood finish.
That's
Never.
crazy. I wonder what that does for the installation of the whole thing.
I don't know. But and it's a massive one because it's not a mid tower. And I told this dude, get a mid tower. This man, I don't want that. It's not big enough. This man had a full size PC build.
Might sitting up next to his waist or something.
yo, listen. That's how massive his PC is. But at least it has ventilation, I guess, because it's so freaking huge. Do you think? How am I going to phrase this question? So, if someone were to buy a console, would you advise someone to buy a console today, or would you gear them more towards the PC market?
I would say it depends on their budget. I'm not a pocket watcher, so like I can say like I have both, and I use my PC more than anything because I work a lot with my PC. But it really depends. Like, what's your budget? Do you see yourself really using this PC to like I stream? That's the main reason why I have this PC.
Right.
That's the primary thing because like I switch between using my console and PC for games, whatever.
I do
But
the same.
I think it really just depends on what someone can afford in the moment. If you can afford a console, go ahead. If you can't, then go ahead.
Right.
I got one thing to combat that kind of sort of. If anyone over the age of 14 wanted to play video games and was planning to have a computer for school, I would, and they asked me my opinion, I would say, hey man, grind it out a little bit, take your time, spend an extra month and a half, 2 months saving up, and put them together into one thing. Get yourself a PC that can handle your schoolwork and the things that you're gonna need for the next 6, 7, 8 years, and also have that thing capable of playing games. You don't gotta play them on ultra high graphics, but be able to play some games with your friends, and you'll be very happy. If they were to ask me my opinion, because I do think that in life, a lot of us in the United States, what we've grown accustomed to is having some kind of a computer or a laptop and some kind of a gaming situation. So
I
the
agree
only
with that
difference
statement.
is having the money at the same time to put them into one thing. That's the
And
struggle.
and that's where I'm getting at, because like especially with how life is going right now, and there's a lot of unemployment going on.
That's true.
Money is scarce right now, so that's what I'm saying. It really depends on your budget. If you can afford the $400 console or the 500, whatever, enter number here, and you're gonna be okay if you buy that, and you won't be struggling trying to figure out how you're gonna pay for bills or eat food or whatever the case may be. Then
Hmm.
do what's feasible for you. Don't go break the bank if you don't have it.
Right.
And like you say, stack the money, save up. But I always want people to be realistic. I feel a lot of people jump the gun and be like, oh, I want this so bad, but they end up shitting on themselves because they can't afford this and they think they can. And then they're struggling on the back end to afford a bill or to afford just even living day to day from getting groceries or whatever the case may be. I just want people to be realistic to what they can spend.
This
Right.
economy is crazy, huh? We're seeing tons of hyperinflation. I feel like a lot of people are not even like noticing, but everything is getting
Groceries
more
are
and more.
getting expensive,
Everything.
clothes,
Everything.
everything, cars, everything is getting fucking expensive.
It's insane, man. But yeah, before we move on, any final thoughts about this?
Scary times. All I gotta say, scary times.
I agree.
Bro, listen.
Terrifying. It's terrifying.
Right. So, guys, let's move on to a more happier note. This is our side quest section, which I'm happy for. Hi, Jaya. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Okay. So, for those who don't know, side quest is a fun detour where we challenge our guests to test their gaming knowledge. Whether it's trivia, identifying obscure characters, or recalling classic moments, this segment puts their expertise and memory to the test to find out if they are indeed actual gamers. Get it? Actual gamers to play on. Anyways, you get it. Now, we're going to get into the first question. Let's see if I can find it. I actually wrote them down, by the way, because, I didn't want to have. So the first time we did this, I mistakenly showed all the answers on stream. And I was like, okay, game over. So now I just worked them out.
Okay. So you wrote them down. Understood.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. You're offered employment after surviving an otherworldly border world. I'm going to ask that question again.
Yes.
Okay. You're offered employment after surviving an otherworldly border world.
I'm just gonna say Resident Evil.
No. Next question. We're still on the same topic, the same game. The military isn't here to save anyone. They're here to silence them.
Say it one more time.
The military isn't here to save anyone. They're here to silence them.
Beyond good and evil.
No. You fight to escape a secret lab. Let me see if I can, because I have my clues already set. So I'll just.
Can I get like a lifeline?
Is there? Yeah. Do you have the lifeline this time? The blurred image?
I do. I definitely do.
I was like, where's that pixelated image you told me about? I need that.
All right, cool. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Wait. Full screen. All right, so I'm going to share it you're in the Discord. I'm going to share. Oh, I want to share it so the stream can see it. Give me a second.
No problem.
Where is? Oh, you're here. Let me hide you guys real quick. I'm sharing it right now. Let me know if you can see it.
Am I looking on your stream?
Yeah, look at the stream.
Is that Helldivers?
No. Remember, the theme's 90s.
Not. Oh. I'm not aware. I don't know what this is.
All right. You sure?
I am positive. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
All right. Let's. So I'm gonna. The chat actually just said it. Shout out to Savage. Half-Life.
Savage don't know how to shut the hell up. Damn it, Savage.
Half-Life. I was Half-Life.
Because he had said it in the chat and I was trying to ignore it because I was trying to guess for myself, but I saw it.
It's like you don't.
But no, I've never played Half-Life, and I know people are waiting for like the third one or something like that. I'm not familiar with it.
Yep, that's the character.
I would have never known.
Yeah.
Oh, who is this man?
I think it's.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Wait till it's my turn to reveal the games.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm sorry.
All right. Cool. That's one strike against you.
Okay. Okay. All right, I gotta redeem myself. Oh no.
A princess missing pendant sets off a chain reaction.
The Legend of Zelda.
No. An ancient kingdom pursuit of limitless power backfires.
90s?
90s.
90s?
90s.
Could you repeat that, please?
Okay. An ancient kingdom's pursuit of limitless power backfires. I'll go with the other question. A young inventor's machine explodes during a festival. Shut up, Heartless. I feel like Heartless figured out what it was just now. Shut up.
Dark Cloud.
No.
Damn it.
I'll give you the clue.
Can I get the pixelated image again?
I'll give you that pixelated image right there.
Chat, do not reveal what this is.
Chat, do not reveal what this is. Anybody does that's getting
And he just
banned.
fucking said it in the chat. Like,
Nah, he's wrong. That's not it.
He's wrong.
but still, shut up, Savage. Damn, I'm sorry. He's from my community. I'm sorry.
I know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
God, I don't know what this is.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Yo, I don't want to hear it. Nobody tell me I'm not a gamer. Nobody gets to tell me I'm not a gamer.
All right.
Skies of Arcadia.
No.
Chat, you guys ready for this answer?
Which one is it? I don't know
What's
what that
this?
is.
What's that?
Jay, you give up?
Yes.
Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I've never. I don't know
What?
anything about Chrono Trigger.
Oh, so we need to put you on. We got to put you on some games.
Yeah, I don't know anything about. Yeah, that looks like a Dragon Ball Z character. Did he make
Yeah.
that?
Yes, so
Yes.
Toriyama did the
Oh.
art. Akira Toriyama did the art
Oh.
for Chrono Trigger. Yes. Yes.
Oh, I have never played Chrono Trigger. I only know the title. I don't know anything about it.
No?
Yeah,
It's a fun
known as
game.
one of the best RPGs of all time.
Of all time.
Really?
Yes.
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 That's why I was saying stuff like Dark Cloud. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about.
The story was so dope. The story is so dope. All right.
Cash seen me, my eyes light up the moment I got it. He
And
seen
I
it.
was like, shut up. Because I knew he saw it. Once I said the last one, the last clue is what gave it away for you, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
was not gonna get that one. I was like,
Damn, Jaya, damn. All right, let me give you another one.
oh Lord.
You're going to have to come back to redeem yourself if you don't get any of these.
For the
I'm a fraud. I've been
2003.
lying to you guys the entire time.
A slick suit and fedora wearing sight wielder investigates a mystery. A slick suit and fedora wearing sight wielder investigates a mystery.
A scythe? Like they use-
Scythe.
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 Like scythe.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll move on. 4 years of searching take you across the land of the dead.
You said a slick suit fedora wearing. Who the hell is Indiana Jones? What the hell? Like
In Indiana Jones with a sight.
She's still caught up on that. She's still caught up. She's like, who the fuck you talking about?
like the
That's
suit
funny.
and the fedora is killing me right now. Who's it?
Like,
Gex? What the fuck? Like
Right? Suit in a fedora with a sight is crazy. It's a crazy visual.
Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain.
No. Um, 4 years of searching take you across the land of the dead.
Nah, fam, get to the third hit and then the goddamn
Alright.
pixelated because everyone.
Yeah, like, I was like,
You play as a travel agent for the recently deceased.
What? Chat. We have
I'm not
lost
even
the plot.
joking. This is an actual game. You play a travel agent for the recently deceased.
Leisure Suit Larry.
No, Leisure Suit Larry is in college, bro. What are you
It was a
talking
joke.
about?
It was a joke. Yeah, no,
Even with the pixelated, I'm not getting this. There's no shot for me.
but let me try at least.
All right, I'll let you try. Let me hide this.
I'm that suit and fedora is throwing me off. The fuck is this? Who the fuck is that?
Cash really sets you up on Armageddon mode. This is Armageddon mode.
Earthworm
difficulty.
Jim.
You are.
Yeah, I don't know who this is.
Is that Slender Man?
No, bro.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
who
hell?
I thought it was at first.
From the 90s? Slenderman's in the 90s?
No, he's
I don't
not.
know,
But
bro.
still, like I don't know who this is.
Grim Fandango.
Who?
Grim Fandango?
Grim Fandango. You guys don't know that game?
No,
I
I
thought-
was born
this
in
is a pop-
'97.
This is a popular game, though.
That's not
I
what
went for
he said.
popular games, bro. I went for popular games.
Cash, it's getting to a point where you are claiming games are popular that were never popular.
No, Grim Fandango is a popular game. Look that shit up.
Chat, excuse me, chat. Can
Who
you,
is this man?
Can we
Grim
get a
Fan-
vote in the chat? If you know who this man is,
Yo,
let
wait,
us
wait.
know.
Germ said the first clue sounds like Sly Cooper.
That's what I thought it was at first, but I said I know that's not right because he didn't wear a hat. He didn't have a fedora.
And
What
he didn't
fucking
come out in the
fedora is
90s.
this man wearing? Hold on, wait, hold on. Now,
Yeah,
hold on.
he does wear fedora.
Where? I'm not in
The-
that picture.
Not in that picture, no. But you play a travel agent for the recently deceased. You got to
I've
solve a
never
mystery.
heard of this game.
Yeah, Grim Fandango's.
When you say
kind of-
90s, what? I was born in 97. Okay, we have to understand. This.
Okay. So we needed to specify that. My bad. We're
There you
gonna. Yeah,
Also, it came out 90. Yeah, I have never heard of this game, but Lucasfilm made it. That's kind of funny.
Exactly. So here's what's gonna happen. Now, Jay, you got to come back on the show now because you got to redeem yourself on the next one. You
okay.
gotta redeem yourself on the next one.
Okay.
But
I'll do that, but I was like,
how'd you feel about that though? What did you think
I mean,
about the
I don't
game?
I don't feel any type of way because there have been so many games that I haven't had a chance to play, or games that I haven't even heard of. If anything, this has put me on to 3 great games apparently that I should probably get into.
Mm-hmm. Heartless
So-
actually liked Chrono Trigger. Did you beat it the first time, Heartless, or was that
I
your
did
first
not
time?
beat it. I'm probably like 40% of the way through, maybe I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
But the game is fire.
Yeah, it's
The
a
game's
dope
fire.
story. It's an interesting story. Like you
And
can
the
actually.
combat is not just simply turn-based. Each
No.
character
Mhm.
has speed, and it's like so. Once you do your attack, there's a cooldown,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and you can really like mess with the stats to manipulate the flow of the battle, and it's just a lot of fun. It's not like you wait my turn, then this turn, and this turn. It doesn't go like that. It's more
Okay.
interactive, and it makes
Okay.
it really interesting for a turn-based game. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can recruit a bunch of like people on the way too. So because I think you can actually make a mistake and not recruit someone, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes.
If you do like a bad line of questioning, that person won't join your crew.
Yeah, like I just defeated Magnus, who's one of the characters that you see everywhere.
Mhm.
And if I don't go find him at this place, then he will never join my party. So I want to make sure I get that right because I want him to join my party.
So it's very interesting. And for a game that came out in like the 90s, I feel like that's super intuitive. Like you don't really see that much at that during that time. You know what I mean? So it's a very interesting game. It's super dope. But you are also not into RPGs like that, so you probably won't play it. Well, you probably watch someone play it.
I'll try it. Like if it's like a modern RPG, I probably won't. But if it's like something I can emulate, I will try it.
Yeah, it's retro, so it's like it's SNES. What? So you
Like,
got
definitely.
do you have games that you play on SNES?
No.
No, you've never played
Well,
any Super Nintendo games.
that's like one of the few consoles I never really played anything on. No.
Okay.
I grew up like with
Hmm?
64, Dreamcast, Saturn,
GameCube.
GameCube. Like I grew up in that era.
Queen.
Well, Dreamcast.
Um,
You know, I never
Say it
earned,
again?
I never owned a Dreamcast.
I
Yeah,
really
that's a
liked the
classic one.
console. That was a really good console. I
know they're
think
still
that it
making
was
games for it?
Sega's best console. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
They're still making games for it.
Are they?
Yes. You'd be surprised.
How?
Again, shout out to Reaper PC. They just released a game for the I think even Sega Genesis. They're still making games for the Sega Genesis. Recently, they released a game. It was an unreleased game back in the day, and somebody got the rights to the game, and then they recently released it for the Genesis, which is insane.
Oh,
The
okay.
Dreamcast or the Genesis?
The Genesis. They have games that they released
okay.
for the Dreamcast too.
That's
That's
impressive.
sick.
Yeah,
That's sick.
the game holds up well to this day. It's insane. I
But
think
yeah, I grew up on
Xbox.
those consoles for real.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a GameCube as a kid back in the day.
I love the GameCube. It's one of my favorite consoles.
What was your first console?
PS1 for sure.
Mine was the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. So remember, I grew up. I was born in '97. So like
Right.
that was the first console, and then like I was more so into the PS2 era because that's when I like started growing up and like was able to play games and stuff. So
Right.
my best memories come from playing PS2 and GameCube games the most.
You have a standout GameCube game for you?
I have a couple.
Yeah. Which
I
one?
have a couple. I'm gonna keep saying it. Beyond Good and Evil. I love that game. The Wind Waker, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
That was fire.
Soul Calibur 2, A Link in it. Shit. The list honestly goes on. I really love that console, and definitely Animal Crossing. I know people like Animal Crossing because that was the very first rendition of Animal Crossing on console. So
Yep.
One of my favorite games on the GameCube, believe it or not, was Resident Evil because it was the first Resident Evil 4. That was the first console Resident Evil came out for. Resident Evil 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, it came out for the GameCube
Yeah.
first, and then the
Yep, and
following
then
year it came out for
with
PlayStation.
on that PS2 port, and it sounded terrible and had that
Yeah.
nasty bit rate.
Yep. But GameCube had Resident Evil 4 first, and I always
Yeah.
remind people about that.
Yep, and it did. And because like you can even still see some covers that still have only for GameCube in the corner.
Yes, yes.
Before they dropped the PS2 port, which I think they kind of jumped the gun a little early on that, but still.
You're right.
Yeah, I love Resident Evil 4. That was a big part of my childhood too. I have like a little mini and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Can't forget about that.
Melee was my
Can't
shit
forget about
too,
Melee.
bro. Listen.
I-
That's when I was like, could they make this roster any like larger? And then they topped it with the
Brawl.
other ones. Yeah, with Brawl. I'm like, damn. But
Brawl
Melee,
is actually my all-time favorite Smash game, but Melee I think is the overall best out of all of them.
yeah, I
for
think
sure.
so too. And I think a lot of people keep asking Nintendo for it, and they'll never do it. They'll never revisit Smash Bros. Melee. I don't think.
And it's so funny because like even at like gaming cons like DreamHack, they still have like Melee tournaments. I'm like, this game came out 20 plus years ago.
Right.
Y'all playing on these small ass CRT TVs, just trying to see who's playing. Like it's hilarious watching people play like Melee tournaments still in this day and age. I think it's funny, but it's also very impressive to see how much love that game still gets.
Is it me or do like those games? And I know it's because it was designed for the CRT TV. They look way
Mhm.
better on CRT TVs. Like
Oh,
as opposed to
absolutely.
it
Because I mean, it was what 240, 480 quality.
yeah.
You're trying to play a 240, 480 quality on a 1080 television or
Right.
720, 1080 monitor. It's not going to look good. It's going to look stretched out. It's going to look very hazy, pixelated, fuzzy. I literally got the CRT TV just for that, and I've been having a ball playing these older games.
See, that's that shit. That's fire.
Yeah,
I definitely need to get something like that, but I don't know where the hell I'm gonna find a damn CRT TV nowadays.
Facebook Marketplace, and they'll have them for cheaper than anyone selling them on eBay.
Oh,
Because
word?
CRT TVs are pretty expensive because they're starting to become popular again. People are going to sell them for like $150 to $200, $250 at times. I bought that TV for $50,
Oh,
and you can
snap.
get them for cheaper. So I always tell people to look at like OfferUp, look at
Mhm.
Facebook Marketplace, look at those local people first before you try to source to eBay.
Ah, okay. All right, for sure. I'll look into that. I'll just need to figure out where the hell I'm gonna put that shit in my house. Uh,
The hard part. And then
that's
trying
the
to figure out how you're going to haul it in the house when the shit heavy.
bro. Listen, I don't miss that because I remember having those TVs. The last
Yeah, that
CRT
bad boy's
TV I
heavy.
had, the last CRT TV I had, and I thought that was huge, and it was a 32-inch TV, bro. And now think about 32-inch now, bro, on
Yeah.
a regular TV. That looks like nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
bro.
Those
Actually
classics
sold
though.
I sold that TV to buy a projector because back home in Jamaica I had a projector in my house. I didn't have a TV.
Hmm.
So like my house was like the hangout spot for everybody. Everybody used to come out. We play video games and shit. So I used to have like this like small like 24-inch monitor at the side for anybody who wants to play any other games. But like if we're
Hmm.
playing Marvel versus Capcom like fighting games, it's on a projector. So everybody
That
used to
input
pull up.
delay must have been crazy.
Actually, no, it was fine to be
I
honest.
don't buy it.
It was fine.
I don't buy
Like
it.
I can't recall it being. No, I don't think there was no crazy input delay, bro. Remember, it's back in those times when it was because mine was a HD. I had a HD projector at the time too, and it was like what 360. So there was no crazy input delays, to be honest. You were balling, no Reaper. I was not. It was just a matter of I was a hustler, bro. I found ways to get what I wanted. Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. But yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Any rumors today, Harless? Nothing for the speedrun section?
Let me pull it up. Oh,
So like I said, Half-Life.
nope, nothing in the speed run.
Nothing on the speedrun. So that's pretty much it for tonight's episode. Tonight was super dope. We had some
That was
great
amazing
ass
episode.
conversation. Shout out to Jam.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so appreciative.
No, we're so happy that you came on. It was some super dope conversation. I loved it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We love having guests on.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys could tell. Like, I don't know, Jay. I don't know if you could tell. Like, when we have guests on, I try to let them talk as much as possible. It's really when the conversation kind of opens itself up to multiple opinions and whatnot.
Hmm.
But I like to always let the guests talk first and get their opinions and hear them out. And it's just a lot of fun because we like to bounce our ideas off of the ideas of other people. It brings more life to the show. So we are the ones that are truly appreciative for you to be here. Thank you very much.
For sure.
Thank
for sure.
you. Thank you for real. I really did have a good time tonight.
Okay. That's what's up. So let the people know where they can follow you.
You can follow me pretty much everywhere on TikTok, YouTube, even though I'm a half-ass YouTuber, Twitch, all the same at Jay the Sensei, JayThesensei. Do a lot of variety, do a lot of retro gaming straight from the hardware. I rarely do emulation. So if you see me playing a retro game, 9 times out of 10, it's from the actual console itself, unless otherwise specified.
Fire.
How
Fire.
many consoles you got? How many
Thank
consoles?
you. Excuse me?
How many consoles you have?
Damn, girl.
8.
Oh wow!
So it's not a lot, but like I have like a good collection. So like most of my
That's
collection
sick.
comes from PS2. I have my original PS1, PS2, PS3, PS5, Nintendo 64, Wii U, and GameCube. So yeah, 8 consoles, and I
That's
have my 3DS as well.
that's
Very
fire.
impressive.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
fire.
Thank you. I'm trying to get a Dreamcast so I can get some Dreamcast streams going in. I would love to
You-
do that. Play like some Sonic Adventures, play some Virtual Tennis, some Crazy Taxi, all of that stuff.
You are officially forgiven for not knowing much about Chrono Trigger, and I have to
No,
give it
because
to
I
you.
felt bad. I was like, damn, am I really a gamer? I'm like, ooh.
With 8 consoles sitting by your side,
Right,
you
nah.
are the gamer here.
Yeah,
We're just
100%.
guys with a PC. I'm just a guy with a PC. I'm highly impressed.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
I
fire.
appreciate it.
Nah, that was fire. That was fire. So, did you acquire those over time, or is it just like something you've kept? Like, are those your
So
consoles from before?
So some consoles I've kept. Some are consoles that I had to buy over because my old original PS2 died out on me, so I had to replace it, and I wasn't going to go and assault or stuff because I could just see that being an accident waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And some games that I had from my childhood, some games I went to go buy, so I go to different like trade conventions and I buy, sell, and or trade. I have. I wish I could show y'all, but it's like I have a bookshelf right here, like all my games on it. My consoles all sit right here. You can't see the Wii is right there, and that's my original
Maybe
GameCube in the
you can
back.
maybe you can drop some pictures in the Show Your Setup channel in our Discord if you get some time potentially.
Oh, for
Once I
sure,
clean
for
my
sure.
office, because my office is a
Yeah, please. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
absolutely, I would definitely do that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that.
that's it for tonight's show. Yo, Jay, we also need to play some games too. We don't just want you to come over here for the podcast. I'd love to play some games with you. I don't know what other games you want to try out, but can we play Resident Evil together? The Resident Evil 6? Because nobody apparently doesn't want to play that shit with me because they think the
I
game
hate that game
sucks.
so much.
I do too, but like I
I'll
want to
play it
beat the
with you.
game. I want to
I'll
beat the
play it with you
game.
because you asked.
Thank you.
I'll definitely play it with you. On PC, yes.
Yes, nobody wants to play
Okay,
with
yeah.
me.
Game sucks.
No, it does. Like I can agree, but I'm a Resident Evil fan,
No,
and I
get
feel
it.
like
Yeah,
I
I'm
need to
definitely down
beat
to
the
play.
game.
Because
Right.
I need to beat it again just to say I did it. Because the last time I finished it, we just, I think, finished the Chris campaign, and we were just about to go into the Jake and Sherry campaign. So that's where I left off at.
I didn't. So I played the Leon. I didn't play the Chris, and I didn't play the Jake.
Got it. Okay.
So I feel like the game was just so long, though. I'm gonna be honest. The game is too
is.
long.
Chat.
When I
Chat,
beat
y'all
the
hearing
first one
this? Make sure you drop that follow for
Please.
Jaya. Seriously.
for
Seriously,
100%.
drop that follow. We got amazing gamers in these communities, and it's always incredible to get to introduce them to our community. So please make sure you guys drop that follow.
Thank you so
real,
much.
This is that real gaming out here.
Yeah, for sure. But that's pretty much it for tonight's episode, guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys all for pulling up. Shout outs to Jay again. Shout outs to Heartless. Heartless, before we go, let the people know where they can find you. We just do it just because like they know who you are, but we're just gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, you guys know the vibes. Mostly what I've been doing lately is streaming pretty consistently on Twitch, the Heartless_99. If you look underneath the stream, it's got the guest star. You can see Cash, Jaya, and I. Make sure if you guys are not following all three, that would mean the world to us. Seriously, you guys are incredible. I appreciate being here. It's a lot of fun. These conversations are pretty interesting. So thank you.
Yeah. And that's it for tonight's episode, guys. Catch you guys later. Now, if you enjoyed the episode, please give us 5-star on your podcast platforms of choice, or go follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/gameractual. And that's it for tonight's episode. This is Gamer Actual, episode 67. Damn.
6-7.
Yeah. We out of here. Peace.